So I'm Nathan Thompson, and I'm the co-coordinator of the Edible Landscape Project. That's the name of the garden. And we're in Memorial Park in the center of Albany.
And I'm Delia Carroll, Master Gardener class of 2008. I've been involved with this garden on and off since 2012. This garden was initiated in, I believe, 2011 as a project of Transition Albany. His spot has been historically neglected and abused, and Transition Albany had a bunch of avid gardeners. So the city said, okay, see what you can do here. And we had a lot of support in the form of Albany's arborist at the time, Tony Wolcott, who provided us with the slab wood to make the wooden beds that you see, and was great with helping us with irrigation and delivering soil and mulch and whatnot. And this garden was always conceived as a public garden, an education garden, and a place where people could come and pick a strawberry or pick a flower and just be here and enjoy the fact that there are public gardens in Albany. And that's been going on since 2011. And Nathan, you came on board in 2012?
No, it was a little later. So I started about 2014, 2015. And at that time, we had a team of about 12 to 15 volunteers. It would come here every Saturday. So this day is the normal day that we have our work parties. And the space at the time had a lot more energy. This space in particular, so this is our west side garden. Mm-hmm. There's also another garden on the other side of this ballpark. So the two spaces together make up the Edible Landscape Project. That's the name of the organization. This garden here until 2019 had a 35-foot tall acacia tree in the center of it. And so this whole space was shaded by that tree. This garden was designed with that in mind. So most of the plants that were in here at that time were shade-tolerant perennials. And one of the things that we really invested in is we wanted to be a space for people to learn about plants that they could plant in their yards when climate change really hits hard. And it's starting to hit hard now. So we wanted them to be able to have plants that are very drought tolerant and they're very functional. They don't need a lot of maintenance. And so what you're seeing here is kind of the remnants of the garden that was here for about 10 years. Right. When that tree was taken out in the fall of 2019, and basically the last couple of years since then, we've been trying to figure out what to do with the space.
Is that right?
It was right where this new tree is.
I see.
Yeah. This whole space was this giant acacia tree, and so
got it.
But an unintended good benefit of losing that tree is these plants on this side, which have never really done well. Yeah. Really, I have a new lease on life. For the first time, our strawberry tree is looking like something, and there's a pomegranate over there, and elderberry, and these are all really appreciating the extra sun and starting to flesh out, and our garden is changing, as gardens do.
Right. I mean, I really think that the sun, the sun that we're getting now is really, it's opened up the space, and so we're kind of in this process of figuring out, what are we going to do with this? How do we want to make it look inviting again, and look inviting with the knowledge that we have a different, it's a different climate now, literally. Right. And so, and yeah, it's totally true. This thing has probably doubled in size in the last couple of years.
I see.
Just to give you an example.
So with that in mind, we thought we would ask the Master Gardeners to come and have their North County meeting here and introduce them to the garden, because not many people know about this garden. Over time, it's dwindled to a very small volunteer base, and we're looking to up that, obviously, and get other people excited about this garden. And we wanted the collective master gardening mind on what changes we could make to this garden, which would reinvigorate it. So that was the purpose of today's meeting, and we did have a productive brainstorming.
Yeah, it was a nice group. We went through the entire garden, and there was some suggestions for the other side as well. We primarily focused on this space today. Mm-hmm. And, so some of the suggestions that we came up with were we're going to look at sheet mulching this whole area so that it has a uniform look and it's also taken care of, so that people come in and they can see, like, they feel more like the space is being taken care of well. Plus, it's just one less thing for us to do. And then we talked about redoing this strip here. So there's a walkway that was here. You can see it. It's a gravel walkway, and we're talking about redoing this either in gravel or more wood chips. We're not really sure yet. There's still some debate about that. But basically reinvigorating this strip so that people can walk along it and feel like they're, in a space that's taken care of again.
And maybe some benches, because people do gather here.
Yeah,
See
there
moms
was
and
definitely
babies.
some considerations
Right.
about possibly, having some functionality to the space for people to use it.
You see people in here doing qigong together.
I see.
It's a nice. It's kind of an enclave. It's protected
Yep,
from view mostly, right?
yep.
It's protected from a lot of the wind, and in the summer, it's actually kind of shady. It used to be shady, but
Yeah.
It's still a little
it
shady.
has a feeling of an enclave.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
little
I see.
secret spot you can come and spend a few minutes.
I see. What was the reason for removing the acacia?
So the city determined that this plant, so the tree was angled like this,
I see.
and they were concerned that it was going to go into the building.
I see.
And there was there was at least some research done on the tree. It suggested that it had some rotting going on in the middle
I
of
see.
it, and they were concerned that it was going to go down at some point
Right.
soon. And so the tree was taken out, and
Yeah.
they replaced it with a tree that's not doing much. So
Right.
we're sort of stuck with it for now. But
Got it.
the other thing we did was we planted all these chamomile. So
Recent plant. This was today.
all of these
Okay.
chamomile.
That looks like That looks like a blueberry
Blueberries,
and ground cherry, right?
Yes, and another blueberry. This is motherwort.
Okay.
The
Whatever.
other one's feverfew.
Feverfew.
And the yellow is calendula flowers and also milkweed.
This one, right there. Yeah.
Most of the plants in this space are either edible or they're medicinal.
Or both.
And some of them are both,
Right.
exactly. So, these are, almost all of these are, medicinals here. And berries, obviously, are berries, but yeah, it's a lovely thing, yeah.
The advice we got was very well taken and well thought out, and an important piece of advice was look at what you have here that's doing well and work from that, as opposed to wringing your hands about what's not working.
Sure.
So we decided that this area is doing real well. We're going to keep on doing what we're doing here, and then the other advice was sheet mulch and cover up, get rid of the weeds, sheet mulch the area so it looks inviting, and start to think about what you're going to do next year.
Right.
Right.
I see.
So it was it was good. We needed that burst of energy. Plus, we had a couple of master gardeners who were willing to come on a regular basis, which
Oh,
is
great.
very good for us.
I see.
Yeah.